Hey everyone, it's the Sparkle Girl, or Kim Sparkle, whatever you guys prefer. So today, as you can notice, that I am going to talk about Frozen. So just before I could start, I was just going to remind everyone to not hate Frozen in my video, okay? Like, do not say anything negative about it or whatsoever in the comments. So if you don't mind, keep it to yourself because I honestly can't allow that in my channel. So I hope you accept the rule, okay? So let's just move on. So first of all, Frozen is just one of my favorite Disney movies, but not just any peculiar that I like about it, because let's just say I've always loved Frozen as a media as well. Like, I've always wished that Frozen could have their very own TV show one day. In the future, of course. But I don't know if some of you guys may agree or not, but it's up to you. I mean, it's your decision. I'm not going to force anyone for it, though. So let's just say that Frozen is just one of the best things to like about Disney sometimes. And of course, most everyone seems to like Disney anyway, because Disney is just part of our childhood, right? So let's just say Frozen is just one of those Disney movies that can be liked and sometimes can be disliked. But I can't possibly blame you guys though. If you like Frozen, that's fine. And if you don't like Frozen, that's okay too. But sometimes I just find it like offensive sort of way sometimes. But I will accept your opinion, whatever. But sometimes when your negative something is way too offensive, I'm sorry, but I have to delete it sometimes because it's just too offensive because it might upset anyone, including myself. So I hope you're okay with that. And if you're not okay with it, then just deal with it, okay? So basically, I believe Frozen is actually based on the story called The Snow Queen, and I also believe that Elsa was supposed to be the main villain. But let's just say it's kind of confusing sometimes because even though the Snow Queen is the villain in her original story, and yeah, but in my personal opinion, I don't think Elsa is really a villain because if I don't know if you guys might remember this, but I kind of remember something about Elsa wasn't really going to be the villain anyway, because whatever those directors are called, they decided to make Elsa to be like one. Well, let's just say one of the good characters. And of course, Anna is actually based on the character called Gerda. Yeah, well, basically, that's just part of the story. But sometimes I don't quite understand why in the original story about Gerda is a character to face the villain, the Snow Queen, just because the Snow Queen kidnapped her, true love, even though they're actually best friends from the beginning. But although they're both actually made for each other, and they end up sort of like falling in love. And I don't know if you guys might remember this, but I remember this peculiar episode from Hans Christian Andersen series. And I actually watched it sometimes before on YouTube. So yeah, I just remember that episode so well. If you guys are interested in watching it, be free to do so because it's on YouTube. Yeah, I do like the story of the actual story in Frozen. The Disney Frozen. and yeah, I do like the characters, and I also like all the songs. I mean, I can't just pick one because I think they are awesome. Because, like I say, it's harder to choose because sometimes when you try to think of which song is your favorite, sometimes you just can't think. Like overthinking, 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 overthinking. You know? like spinning in your head, like you can't think of anything. So you can't possibly blame yourself if you can't think of any of your the songs to be your favorite, and you guys can't possibly blame me either because I feel the same way. So let's just say I just love Frozen. Okay, so my personal opinion on Elsa, I have to be honest that Elsa is an awesome character. There are some few haters though, especially about this song called Let It Go. But I can't possibly blame you who doesn't like that song. But I personally love that song. It's just so catchy. And I was listening just before I started reviewing. Well, can't possibly blame me because I do love the song. And I also like the other version of that song by Demi Lovato. Yep, Demi Lovato. Okay, okay. And I also like Anna. She's the bravest princess. Yeah, she's definitely a bravest princess. And I kind of like the way she having her friendship with Kristoff throughout the whole movie. And then in the end, they're starting having a sort of a friendly relationship. Something like that. Yeah, I actually feel happy for those two because I think they deserve each other. Like, made for each other. Yeah. And I also like Sven, Kristoff Reindeer friend. Yeah, I kind of like him. Although he doesn't speak or anything, but I still like him. I kind of find him very cute. He can be a bit cheeky sometimes, like every time when Kristoff and Sven are having their moment or something, like if you think about in Frozen 2, when Kristoff was singing about his relationship with Anna and that, and if you guys remember in the actual scene when Sven was pretending that he was wearing a dress, and I was like, give us a break, dude. Okay, alright. So I kind of like Olaf as well. He is funny. Well, I know some of you may find him annoying, but I don't think he's annoying. I kind of think he's cute too. Well, I would say he is adorable sometimes. I can't stop thinking about that he's being voiced by Josh Gad, because Josh Gad is just one of the funniest comedian actors of all times. But did you guys know that Josh Gad also did the role of LeFou from the live action of Beauty and the Beast? Yep, that's him, alright. Yep. So, yeah, I can to admit, I kind of like both Frozen and Frozen 2. And like I said, I like all the songs from both movies, and I also need to be honest, I've been loving it since the first movie came out in 2013. Yeah, it's been a long while now, and I was only about like 12 at the time when it came out, just before I turned 13. Yeah. And I did kind of find it very sad when Elsa and Anna's parents got killed off. I mean, it's so disappointing sometimes when they have to get killed off too early. I mean, although it is part of the story, but I still think Elsa and Anna should have the parents with them, Yeah. Tell me about it, because I want to imagine if I ever lost my parents. I don't want that to happen, I don't blame you guys if you feel the same way. And I bet you guys don't blame me either. Yeah. Okay, so, I definitely hate that Prince Hans. He's such a crook. I mean, he's an evil coward, like, I did kind of like them at first when he first appeared in the first movie. Sometime in the beginning when he and Princess Anna meet for the first time, I had to admit he is alright. But until at sometime somewhere in the end of the first film, where he just betrayed Anna, like he didn't even bother kissing her, because Anna thought he is her true love. But clearly he is not. He is a traitor. I mean, seriously. Sometimes I just want to transport myself into that film and give that nasty prince alright of a beast with a punch fist, you know? I think he deserves that punch anyway after what Anna did to him. Yep, he kinda deserved that. Okay. I'm over it. Alright. Hmm. And let's just say there are also a few funny moments in both the first and second film. Well, I would say the first film is definitely the funniest, way better than the second one, if I had to admit. Yeah. And also, I forgot to mention that some of you might be able to remember on my own community post about Elsa was originally going to die, which clearly she didn't though, because I'm glad she didn't, because she's my favorite character after all. And besides, I literally did thought we were gonna lose her for good. I mean, as in forever. I mean, oh my days, Disney, are you out of your mind? I mean, what kind of Disney are they anyway for trying to kill off our favorite character, including Olaf, cause he was created by Elsa anyway. I actually feel sad after watching that film when I first went to see it back in 2019 with my family. But I wasn't the only one though, because my mom was crying too. Even my sister was. Yeah, tell me about it. Even my dad was. All my family likes Olaf and Frozen. And anyone does certainly loves Olaf too. And sometimes Olaf can easily reminding me with Stitch from Lilo and Stitch sometimes. It depends really, but I have to be honest, I just think Olaf can be a bit too far sometimes. Every time he tries to make a joke, especially in some of the scene from Frozen 2 where he was doing his impression of Elsa and Anna was like, okay, give us a break, you're not even helping. Something like that. I actually kind of agree with Anna. I actually did feel sorry for Elsa for that bit. Oh yeah. But if I had to be honest, in my personal opinion with Elsa in Frozen 2, I just wish she could have just tell Anna the whole truth. I mean, why does she always have to be so secretive all the time? I mean, no matter whatever you're struggling with or whatever, you should always tell anyone what's bothering you. Like, if you guys remember what Anna said to her in the film, that you promise you can't shut each other out. Something like that. Yeah, I have to admit, I kind of agree with Anna at that moment. Especially with that scene when Elsa was something to do with a fire and that, and Anna kind of told Elsa that she's not being careful. I had to kind of agree with Anna, actually, because Elsa was clearly not being careful at all. She was just like think fast, something like that, you know. But I can't possibly blame both of them. But sometimes, sisters are being sisters. Well, it's kind of normal sometimes when you bicker with your own sister, or maybe brothers to one brother. And I also need to mention this because I kind of watched this thingy with the Frozen musical thing on Ant and Dec Saturday show last Saturday, and I just kind of enjoyed that actually, and it was kind of funny. If some of you haven't seen it, be free to watch it because it's in my community post. Yeah, something like that. And oh, do you guys remember Marshmallow? You know, the big giant snowman? Yeah, I have to admit, I kind of find him a bit creepy sometimes. Well, he doesn't scare me or anything. It's just the way he just, you know, roars at the characters and all that. That always gives me a right jump. Like, jeez, Marshmallow. Something like that. Oh, and I also remember back in 2015, sometimes when before the live action of Cinderella starts, I remember watching this Frozen show called Frozen Fever. It's actually about Anna's birthday, and Elsa was trying to to make sure everything is perfect. But she keeps sneezing all the way the whole song. I mean, I can't possibly blame Elsa, but I sometimes kind of don't blame me though. I sometimes can give it a little giggle sometimes because it is kind of a little funny sometimes. But I'm not saying it like I'm thinking that in a bad way or anything. I actually kind of find it in a good way, you know. And oh, and I also remember this other short film about Olaf, something to do with Christmas, and believe me, I kind of like the song in that short about uh what is it called again? When We're Together. Yeah, I kind of have to admit, I love that song so much. Never get out of my head. And don't get me wrong, because I'm not going to listen to that song anytime when this year's Christmas coming. Because I always wanted to listen to that song every time. Every November to December. Or maybe January. Because not too sure if some of you guys do celebrate Christmas, but I know there are some of you, the Grinch people who does not like Christmas, like Mr. Scrooge. So whoever hates Christmas, I think you're being like Mr. Scrooge, and I can't possibly blame you if you don't. But sometimes you just have to deal with it because that's just part of the whole year, and that's the whole point, really. And like I said, I can't possibly blame you if you don't like Christmas, so that's fine. So, all I have to say, I just love that song. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of which, I remember back in long time ago when I used to be in high school at the time, I remember we had this sort of something, well, the school's name Got Talent. It's a bit like Americans Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent, but I have to admit it that I did kind of sing Let It Go once, but I had to sing it with some kid really. But let's just say don't get me wrong or don't blame me or anything, but I was disappointed though when I had to sing with some boy and that. So even though I did do what I did being told anyway. So, but it's in the past though, but I was still angry about it. But yeah, well, I'm over it now. So let's just say I just had to accept the idea about it, sometimes I just have to deal with it. Yeah, tell me about it. Oh, yeah, definitely going to mention that I also like these two songs from Frozen 2, Into the Unknown, and Show Yourself. I have to admit, they both are good songs. I never stop listening to them. Every time I listen to them, I just started singing, like non-stop. Like, I sometimes do listen to songs without singing, but most of the time, I just like to do both. Listening, singing, la la la. So, yeah. Well, actually, speaking of the word yeah, do you guys know this character called Oaken? Well, speaking about him, I always find him, let's just say I'm more like kind of both, like find him a bit embarrassing, funny, and he can be a little bit too much sometimes. It kind of depends on the way he said, yeah? I mean, seriously? Dude, can you give us a break for once, please? Like, stop. Keep saying the word y'all. Okay, alright. I'm reacting here. But you can't possibly blame me for that, though. I sometimes just find it a bit, well, yeah, weird. Yeah, tell me about it, guys. Because I do find him a bit funny sometimes. Well, sometimes. Well, you just have to deal with it. Oh, yeah, well, let's just say that I remember the scene with Oaken in the Frozen Fever short thing where he just shows up in sort of like a shower thingy, and he was singing in front of Elsa and Anna with no clothes on. You guys probably might not want to hear it anymore because I don't want to put too much information because it's kind of a bit embarrassing. But don't worry, it doesn't show his whole, well, whatever you guys call it. Ugh. It's you only can see the whole steam from the shower. So yeah, too much information. Ugh. Gross. Sorry. And speaking about that, I remember when Elsa said no thanks, and Anna just said we'll take it, and that's it. I mean, seriously, Anna. Okay. I'm not reacting on time. Sorry. You guys think I'm being crazy, right? Well, I have to admit, I am crazy. Well, it is normal to be crazy, right? Yeah, kind of depends, really. Like, if I'm only just being silly, like I'm only just being joking about being silly, it's pretty normal. But if sometimes when someone's being serious about something, that's way crazy, and you don't want to think something like that now, would you? Because I can't possibly blame you if you don't. And just one more thing before I could go. I just remember something on YouTube about Disney theory, something to do with between The Little Mermaid, Frozen, Tarzan, and Tangled. I don't know if some of you guys may heard about it, but if you have not, you can always be free to watch this stuff on YouTube or whatsoever. But I kind of believe some people are making the story up about that Tarzan's parents could be Elsa and Anna's parents. But if I had to be honest, I don't think they Elsa and Anna's parents. I just think that story is just being made up by some fans. That's just my personal opinion, so please respect that, okay? And I have to admit, they do kind of look similar, and I can't possibly blame the similarity sometimes, but sometimes just because the characters may have similar appearance, that doesn't mean they are the same character, you know? That's what I'm saying. So let's just accept the idea, okay? And some people saying the story about the ship, well, the sunken ship from the original Little Mermaid film could be the ship from Frozen, you know, where Elsa's and Anna's parents, and you know, when the ship drowned. I'm not too sure because I don't think it's their ship at all. And same thing in the Tarzan film, from the very beginning where we see the, Tarzan as a baby. I don't think that's the same ship from Frozen either. So don't blame me for that, but I don't think it's the same ship from either Tarzan or Little Mermaid. So let's just not get too far with this whole theory thingy. Oh, jeez. And also, most people seem to think that Rapunzel could be Elsa and Anna's cousin. I don't think they are cousins. I just think that's another made up story. So I don't think Rapunzel actually met Elsa and Anna. But I do remember this one peculiar moment in the first film where we did catch Rapunzel and Eugene only for a second during the song called For the First Time Ever. Well, let's just say Rapunzel did actually saw Anna singing, but I don't think they actually really met at all. I just think Rapunzel is just one of those Disney eggs thingies where we can see like our favorite characters of some things from the other movies that can actually appear in different movies. Like, it's sort of like a Disney Easter egg hunt, something like that. But if you guys think about it, you know that thingy ball from in the Pixar movies. Every time I watch each of the Pixar movies, I keep saying, well, I keep seeing the same ball. Like, how many Pixar balls in those Pixar movies? Oh, jeez. For the love of Pixar. Okay, I'm over it. But don't blame me for that because I just think it's too crazy to have the same ball like over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, really? Mm. And I also forgot to mention, so let's just say if you guys think of the moment when Elsa said in that song Let It Go, she said, cold never bothered me anyway. So let's just say I sometimes kind of feel the same way sometimes. Well, it kind of depends really. Let's just say I always feel warm most of the time rather than being cold like most of you people are. Well, it kind of depends on, well, I don't know. I think it's just part of who I am. Or what I am, I mean. Because I keep, like, every time whatever I do, I always feel warm, like, all the time. And not cold at all. But don't get me wrong, I do like being warm sometimes, and sometimes I don't mind being cold. And sometimes I just have to put myself like a cardigan or my nightgown or my house coat. What most of you guys call them nightgowns, but I just usually just call them house coats to keep myself nice and covered and warm, you know? So yeah. If you feel cold, guys, make sure you have a nice and cozy and warm blanket and had a bit of a nice warm fire by your side. Yeah, so relaxing. And speaking of which, it will be hopefully it will spring sometimes very soon. Although it is still a bit wintry in my country, the UK. So I just hope the UK will have spring. I mean, seriously. I just really want the whole spring. Like, really? No. I just sometimes just hate the weather. It's like, it doesn't make its own mind up, you know? I don't know about you guys, but I kind of find it annoying. Because every time it's supposed to be whatever it's supposed to do or whatever, it just keeps changing the whole thing and all that. I'm just getting fed up with it. Oh well, so anyway, I hope you guys like my video anyway. And if you have any sort of questions about Frozen, be free to do so in the comments. And if you enjoyed my video, be free to say so in the comments too if you enjoyed my video. And if you don't like my video, then that's fine. Because I do not deserve any of your negative. Because no one deserves any negativity. Got it? So, I hope anyone enjoys it anyway, and I hope you have a nice, lovely day. I hope you have a nice, good spring, everyone. Bye.